Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike with another one. I'm like the DJ fucking Khaled of Halloween Ends news. Another Halloween Ends news story. They just keep coming, man. Today, the Total Film magazine that has Michael and Laurie doing their best Lethal Weapon 3 impression on the cover of it, just missing Loomis behind them as Joe Pesci's character. It is out on newsstands. I got a digital copy of it, bought it, have looked at it, have gone through it, and there's so much shit in here to talk about. I thought, hey, maybe there's been so much other stuff, there won't even be anything. Nope, there's shit to talk about, so prepare your butts. Squeeze your cheeks. There's a bunch of new pictures, some awesome shots like this one here of Michael Myers with that shiny red-ass knife. It's just goddamn beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And again, doesn't look anything like the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween mask replica that we got. That mask looks so much better. But I digress. But that knife looks so sexy right there. I want to buy that. I want to buy a red shiny. It looks like the Power Rangers movie toys, like the Red Ranger when they put like the chrome on them and sold them for like $8 at Walmart. Those were the days. Another stick shot of Michael. We saw this picture was online yesterday for a little bit. I love the title of the news story, by the way, The Dead End. But starting off with the actual news from this, David Gordon Green, Jamie Lee Curtis, Andy Maticek are some of the main people that were interviewed for this. And David Gordon Green mentioned why he brought in new writers Chris Bernier and Paul Brad Logan, one of which we're hoping to get on the show as soon as the movie comes out for an interview. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be awesome. But he said he brought them in specifically to kick them in the nuts and help them do something unexpected. Now, here's one thing that Green notes, and if you guys, just a quick update or refresher on where I stand for this, I'm cool with some weird shit. I feel like at this point, we've seen people try and fail to recreate John Carpenter's masterpiece 1,000 times, right? So the thoughts, the things that we're hearing about it being different, it being strange, as long as Michael is, done well, and we know he's going to have the awesome mask, we know he's going to have the look, as long as the characters are handled with respect. This is a problem I have with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It's cool if you want to do something different, but when you take the characters and you literally make them everything they're not about, like what they did with Loomis, making him a huge fucking asshole, what they did with, we talked about that 1,000 times. But as long as they treat the characters with respect, I'm fine with them adding some new questions and things like that. The only thing that I've read here that actually kind of turned me off a little bit was what I'm about to read to you now. He says, as a filmmaker, I get bored doing the same thing. I intentionally didn't want this to be another bloodbath like the last one, which was fun and cathartic, but nobody wants to see that again. This one is more relationship driven. There's love stories involved. I would say it's more passionate in a way that was really fun, but it's scary to do that too, because some people only want to fast forward to a man and a knife stabbing people, and this has a lot more to it than that. Now, on one hand, I completely get where he's coming from. Like I just said, I mean, we've seen someone fail at trying to make a recreation of the original 1,000 times. Let's see someone make their take on it, which is what's going to have to happen if this franchise is going to survive, which is why I think having Halloween Ends be the capper to this version and then leaving the other stories of the Halloween universe open to interpretation, opening to do new projects with, is the best thing for the franchise. And here's what I mean by that feels weird. Like, that's the only thing that I don't like about what I've heard is the words, I get bored doing the same thing. Because, I mean, you did sign on to do 3 Halloween movies. And you did just sign on to do 3 Exorcist movies. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. I just hope that the changes they make are to add to the franchise, not because you're bored of them. If you're bored of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, and you're bored of Haddonfield, that would scare me for the movie. Let's just be positive and hope that what he's saying is he gets bored doing Michael stabbing people over and over again. This big, vibrant, just slasher movies, sort of like Halloween Kills was, and he wants to do something different with that character. That I understand. Andy Maticek, always adding a positive note to things, says that it's bold and it's really unexpected. So I think we keep hearing that, and it's going to be fun to see, man, what happens. I mean, is thou not entertained? Are you not excited? Are you not at least mysterious? Like, you might be worried, your butthole might be clenched, but you got to be at least a bit excited and intrigued to go in and finally find out what the fuck is going on. That is, unless you read someone's leak and believe every word of it, and then you've had all the surprises ruined for yourself, and you're definitely going to hate the movie no matter what. But hey, user Anon96979 fuck you on Reddit got 10 minutes of attention out of it, so we all win. Another picture. Now this, finally, we get to figure out what the fuck was going on in that opening trailer where Michael's surrounded, like looks like he's having a fucking pillow fight with Jason. And his hand, in the trailer, you only see his hand with the feathers going all around. He's murdering the shit out of a lady with a pillow. And this is what happens when you try to use a pillow for self-defense, all right? That My Pillow is not, it might have memory foam, but it is not stopping Michael Myers. Hey, you know one thing I'm not going to do? I'm not going to count fingers. If you want to count fingers, count all the fucking fingers you want. But I'm not counting fingers. Not today. I'd rather count thread count than fingers. We also get a really cool bit of information about that radio DJ that we saw in yesterday's teaser that we covered on the channel. You know, the one that it looks like Michael's trying to forcibly give a blowjob to, or get a blowjob from, I should say. Either that or he's really upset that he won't play his favorite song, which is definitely Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping. So he's using this DJ on air who's constantly obsessed and talking about Michael Myers and conspiracy theories and talking about whether or not he's supernatural and all that shit like that. And these are all just things he's spouting. We never find out, I'm guessing, if any of them are real or not, or if any of them are official, which the more and more I hear about this, it's really smart, and I'm getting more confident in this. We're all worried that they're going to try to explain Michael and do it wrong, and do it because he's unexplainable. He's supposed to be mysterious, right? It's going to be almost impossible to get that right. But what I think they're going to do here is they're going to keep it mysterious and just add questions, which is the essence of what John Carpenter was doing with the whole is he supernatural, is he not thing, with him missing from the grassy knoll and breathing after getting shot 6 times, Sheriff. But that is perfect to me. So you could have this radio DJ on here talking all this shit. He could talk about silver shamrock masks. He could talk about whatever. All these crazy theories, some stuff that's come from fans or just some brand new stuff. And they don't really answer it. They don't say if it's true or not, but it adds to the lore. It gets us thinking and talking. And that's one of the most interesting things about the movie. Think about what he said about, I'm not going to tell you where Michael's been for the past 4 years because I don't want to see where Jaws sleeps. I think he's definitely going to leave at the end of this trilogy of his the mystery surrounding Michael intact. He's just going to add new questions to it. And I'm understanding that, and I'm feeling like that's where we're going to go, and I fucking love it. I think that is the perfect way to go when it comes to the lore of Michael Myers. Fucking add to it, but never confirm. Always touch, never insert. But just the tip. There's a really interesting quote in here from Jamie Lee Curtis on the Corey Campbell situation. Corey Cunningham? Corey fucking Ham, which what we'll call him if we end up not liking him. But she says something really interesting. They do double down on the fact, they say point blank in this magazine that Roanne Campbell, Corey Cunningham, a young man who was accused of murder when a boy he is babysitting dies in his care, once again raised the specter of innocent bloodshed in Haddonfield. And Jamie Lee Curtis says the focus of the town is now put on this other person as if there's an infection that has been caught. That's a really scary place to be. There's a very hopeful beginning, and then that gets crushed very quickly. So there's your confirmation of a lot of the stuff we've been wondering for sure. The movie's definitely going to have a big, giant chunk of Corey in it. That sounded weird. I just told you the tip, pal. Get your hands off my dick, buddy. But we can put that baby to bed. And we know that's going to happen. So that's what's going on here. There's the fear that this Michael Myers curse has infected others in the town. And again, the movie, I'm pretty sure, is not saying that. But I think it's the residents of Haddonfield and their scars of what they've been dealing with. And kind of, then you've got this radio DJ spouting crazy shit, which I'm sure adds to it all. And then you've got this crazy wild paranoia going throughout the town. And I think that, you're going to have people stop and go, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, put the fucking Halloween decorations down for a second. Are we fucking cursed? But Green himself literally calls Corey a central, if not the central thread of the new movie. Which I get where we're coming from on this. I mean, we want to see Allison's character fleshed out. We want to see all these characters fleshed out a little bit. I feel like Hawkins has never had his time to truly shine. There's Kyle Richards in this movie, which we do get our first still of here, by the way, which is pretty cool to finally see her. She's definitely not going to have a big role in the movie, I feel like. But I understand that. I just think that the running time of this is going to be 2 hours even. We just found that out. It's going to be 120 minutes long. So I think we got to give it a chance and see. But I do understand that fear. I completely get where you're coming from. Why add a brand new front and center person to the third installment of a trilogy where we're being promised all of these things being fleshed out? I get it. Let's see what happens. Let's get some new up in us and just go in with an open mind. Suck a stranger's dick. No, maybe don't do that, all right? There's things going around. Gordon Green also said that we envisaged this character as a way that we could connect Laurie and Allison and Michael, and in a way that gave insight to all three of them and let us ask questions that we couldn't through their perspective beforehand, including Michael, which goes right back to what I was just saying. What I love about what we're hearing is it sounds like they're not trying to definitively explain anything, but they are adding new questions. When he says, we asked questions that we couldn't through their perspective beforehand before we added this Corey character into the mix, including Michael. So the relationship or whatever happens between what Corey does and where Michael is at this time and what's going on with him. What's going on with you, Michael? it's gonna ask some new questions about Michael, which I think is fucking fantastic. It gives us more, as fans, more stuff to talk about, more intrigue, and I think that could be fucking great, man. This has me excited. I think that could be really fucking fun. Another interesting tidbit, by the way, they talked to James Jude Courtney as well. Oh my god, he says something in a minute that's gonna blow your fucking mind. But first off, I thought this was interesting. He told them that he actually has the mask from every movie that they filmed with. He said he keeps them in a vault and never puts them on again. He has the 2018 mask, he has the Ends mask, and he's gonna get the Kills mask. He said it's in his contract. It's literally in his contract that he gets to keep the mask, which is kind of a smart move, because I'm not saying he would, but you know how much those fucking masks are going to be worth? The actual used in the movie masks are going to be worth? Definitely could buy you like a Corolla if you get in a pinch. You know what I mean? For sure. We do get this weird shot of Hawkins. Looks like your dad, you just caught your dad jerking it to porn. I mean, that's exactly what there was nothing else to say. That is your dad when he thinks you left for school and you pop back in the house and he's jerking it to porn. Oh, they got him. They did him wrong with that picture. And here's where we get to the fucking cockadoo shit. This is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, so you guys know we laughed at the trailer when it looks like Michael has Laurie bent over the counter, right? And when she's on top, she's got him straddled in the last one and like is stabbing him. We've all been laughing at how sexual the fight looks, right, in the kitchen, and all the different sexual poses, just as a joke, thinking that we're fucking children. Listen to what James Jude Courtney says. Oh my god, he says, what happened when we were beginning to shoot our great big grand finale? He says, she and I stepped off to the side to talk through the beats. We just stood there with tears flooding out of our eyes. We've heard this before. But here comes the weird. That entire scene and everything that happens between us was so powerful and so erotic and so loving. There's so much there. This is taking the series and this characters to a place they've never been before. Like inside of each other? Why is it erotic? I'm trying to not be a fucking child about this, okay? I'm trying to be an adult who doesn't laugh at pee and fart jokes. But that's just who I am. But I cannot wrap my head around how it's not fucking weird that he called this erotic. Like, cathartic. Sure. What the fuck? Are Michael and Laurie fucking on or off screen? What the fuck? What the fucking fuck? I love it. I fucking love it. Wow. I wonder how Jamie Lee Curtis felt when she read that. How is there not a follow-up question? Excuse me, James. Could you expand on your use of the word erotic to describe the death scene, the fighting scene between you when you guys are beating the fuck out of each other in the kitchen, when Laurie Strode are beating this and Michael Myers are beating the shit out of each other in the kitchen? Could you just expand on the word erotic and what you meant by that? No follow-up. We just move right the fuck along. The interview, I guess, interviewer was just a little bit awkwarded out. They missed that fucking boat. You got to get in there. You got to ask the tough questions. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, James? Oh, this is taking the series of these characters to a place they've never been before. Like anal? It's so fucking weird, man. Anyways, David Gordon Green also said that some people aren't looking for fresh. A lot of people are just literally looking to watch the original John Carpenter movie again. I couldn't agree with him more. I think that's a time and a place movie. That movie worked so well because it was in its time and its place. It was wholly original. You cannot make that movie today. You can't do it. So I think you got to take it into new pastures. And I agree with that. Maybe not have Michael and Laurie fucking in the kitchen. But he says that Michael's a really tough character to write because he doesn't talk and he doesn't have any particular motivation in a traditional villainous way. There's an absence of emotion and expression in his character, which is counterintuitive to any drama that you really want to unfold. So it's finding new and inventive ways to be able to put him in circumstances. We certainly don't want an explanation of Michael's motivation. Once again, that's great news. I think it would betray the character of the shape that we've honored. But we have to be able to engineer fresh dramatic situations out of his activities. Again, I think we nailed this earlier. He's not going to tell us where Michael comes from. He's not going to tell us why Michael's doing what he's doing. He's not going to ruin the character of Michael Myers, but he is going to ask us fucking questions. He's going to put Michael in different situations and make us go, what the fuck was that? What are you doing in there? Why was the kitchen fight erotic for you, James? All sorts of questions that we have, and I absolutely love that. I really do. And I know exactly what he means by it's difficult to be dramatic when you're writing Michael Myers, because literally trying to be funny while wearing a mask and being unable to talk is a very difficult thing to do. I know. I've been there many times. It is, you have to really change the way you think about certain things. So, and I can only imagine how writing that character and trying to add to its lore is difficult for sure, because I can't even, it's difficult sometimes to make funny videos, 5-minute long videos doing that. You just get hit in the nuts with a baseball bat and call it a day sometimes. And lastly, we have this shot here of Michael about to just impale the living fuck tits out of somebody with that thing. And it's an awesome shot, and I can't wait to see it. And that, my friends, is our Halloween update for the day. How do you guys feel about all the new things we learned today? How are you feeling in your life? How's your day going? How's your week going? How excited are you for Halloween? What's the fucking number one thing you all are looking forward most this October? It could be a movie, or it could just be a Halloween party, or whatever. It could be going to the pumpkin patch with your kids. It could be getting erotic in the kitchen with your wife, who you've been trying to murder for 40-some years. Comment down below. Let me know. I love your all's fucking faces so much. Thanks for giving a shit about what we have to say. And have an awesome one, my friends. What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you going to do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again. Sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
God damn you, faggot!
I said, God damn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, God